Good day, everyone. Welcome to your Schedule 3 of your service marketing class. I hope that everyone are staying safe and staying at home during this time. So, moving ahead to your class, we'll have a small recap of what and all things we have learned so far. So, initially, we started off what is meant by services, what is meant by service marketing, what are the characteristics of service marketing, and then we had a discussion on the components of services like your physical product, service delivery, service environment, so on. And then we moved on to your classification of services, which were based on tangible and intangible actions, or we went further with your consumer service or industrial services. And then we saw the reasons for growth of the service sector in India with the evolution of service marketing, which happened from your 1980, and right now we are in the stage called galloping stage. And then we went on with a major topic, service design. So basically, service design talks about how a service provider designs an interaction way with a customer in order to provide a high quality service. So basically, service involves a creation and delivery of core benefits in order to satisfy and identify need of the customer. So the basic aim of a service provider is to create the exact service which is needed by the customer and to deliver the service as soon as it is being produced. So moving ahead for today's topic, we're going to look at topic service blueprint. So what is meant by blueprint? Blueprint, a house blueprint, it means like a map or a plan or a design in order to lay a foundation or to construct a building or an empire. Similarly, a service blueprint talks about a customer journey and also the interactions with the service provider. It also talks about the customer experience, which enables the success of the business or success of the service. A proper route where the customer the, and the service provider don't talk about the exact need, but also they create the exact service which is needed and also provide at the time it is needed. Last one, the blueprint. Exactly, a service blueprint is a flow chart of the entire process of the service being produced by the service provider until the consumer consumes the service. So that process is called as service blueprint. A service blueprint is a picture or map that accurately portrays the service system so that different people involved in providing it can understand and deal with it. Let it be an company, organization, or the employees or the customers. It provides the exact map of how to produce the service, when to produce a service and where to produce a service, where it is required, and then after producing it, how to deliver to the customer, where to deliver to the customer. These are all the questions to be answered. So, in short, your service marketing talks on the process, the flowchart process from the service provider to the customer, the point of contact where there's a transfer of the service from the service provider to the customer, and the evidences. What are the evidence that can be collected between the contract or the between the service which is being rendered there? So to elaborate in with an example, I'll take an example of a restaurant where generally people think on a dine-in or where the bearer comes and receives the order from the customer and provides the exact menu which is being ordered by the customers. This is something called as the front stage or the front end. Whereas in a restaurant, there is something called as the back end or the back office where it talks about people who are working there, who are preparing those foods, who are creating the innovative stuffs or the multi cuisines there, or the logistics which is being used in order to purchase those goods or purchase those food particles. So all these stuffs which comes under the back end. So restaurant service blueprint deals with the front end as well as the back. Front end talks about the dining table there or the point of interaction with the customer, whereas the back end, as soon as the customer orders for the exact service which is needed by him, the back end starts the process where the food is being prepared, it is being created, and with then through the employee it is being transferred again to the table or the front end, and the consumer consumes the service. Hope you understood with a small example. So we saw the front end and the back end. What are the other components or what are the other processes or stages which is being involved in the service blueprint? So basically it was of four components which are involved in this blueprint. The first one is customer actions or the customer needs. What are the customer thoughts of how he wants the service to be rendered to him or what kind of desire he has. The second component talks about the on stage or the front end, where the customer has a direct contact with the employees. The third component talks about the back end or the backstage, where the customer doesn't know or doesn't see the back end services which has been happening or the other things which are not visible to the customers. And the last component is support processes where with the help of technology or system all these are automated and done. So those four components have a wall where between customer actions on the front stage the line is called as line of interaction where the customer directly deals with the employees or there is a direct interaction with the employees in order to purchase product or service or consumer service or any other action which will be happening there, whereas a line of visibility, the second stage, where it is between the front end or the front office and the back office where the line is visible, the stage where the customers can see the service which is being rendered and which cannot be seen by the customers. And the last line of internal interaction is between the backend team and the technology or the system software which is being used, how it is automated and done. So in short, your service blueprint can be designed in this way. So customer journey is nothing but your customer actions, your front stage or on stage, where the customer has a direct interaction with the employees. They can have a direct contact with the employees and technology is used. And then from the front end, the data has been transferred to the backstage actions or backend services. From backend services with the help of support process or with technology, it is again reverted back to the front stage where the front employees interact with the customer and deliver the service which is needed. So initially we saw with the example of a restaurant where the front side talks about the dine-in place or the restaurant front setup. The back end talks about the kitchen. Moving ahead, we'll check on another example of a college. There's a competition for music band. So the organizer plans a service blueprint where all the key things will be arranged in a proper way so that there is no error which has been happening there. Initially, I segregated with the help of your format. Your customer actions is there, front of a stage and backstage with the support staff. And on the top, we'll see the stages of pre-registration and the your registration opening, and then for final registration, your entry review, confirmation, and post-registration. So, in the stage of your pre-registration stage, when there's a competition is going to be happening, so they, as a college organizers, we're going to create a invite or posters or paper versions of registration where you're gonna communicate to the audience saying that there is a music band competition which is going to take place. So for that action to happen, you need to create an online registration setup in your website or in through portals or social media campaigns so that you create an alertness in the minds of the audience or customers that a event is happening. So as soon as you create an intent with the help of mails or digital platforms or social media platforms, you try to interact or try to bring customers into your competition. So what does customer do? They discuss with their friends or bandmates whether this competition is a health we can participate in or not. So based on the discussion, if they have any doubts, they're gonna straight contact the front office or the contact numbers which is given for queries. They will contact them. They will share what and all queries they have regarding this competition and clarify it. So those doubts and query contacts which comes to the front office, those numbers will be followed up with the help of the backstage where they're gonna put up invites to them or clear messages so that their doubts will be clarified. So with the help of your support process, all those doubt queries, everything will be registered with your backup system. So after the doubts which are clarified, then the band will register for that event. So when they register, they will receive a submission successful message saying that you registered for this event from the front office. So from the back office, they will start receiving the participant list and they will start evaluating the entries based on the number of entries which has been provided. So during the backstage, with the help of your support process or you with the help of technology, you will be going on maintaining the data, exact data, as soon as it doesn't get duplicated. You're going to handle with care. So during your entry review, you will ask your bands whether they'll be arriving on time or if there's any delay, what is the reason. And through front office, you're going to revert them back after evaluation. A confirmation mail will be sent to the band team saying that on so and so date the event will be happening. So with the help of your support system or technology, the mailings will be done with the software. So as soon as all those registers has been properly managed, a confirmation will be sent saying that that event will take place on that date. So as soon as the confirmation mail is sent, the customers or the band people will spread through word of mouth or promote the product that an event is going to happen, and based on that there can be more number of customers or there can be more number of audience. So as soon as they get the confirmation of customers participating, the front stage where the front employees or the front organizers will provide proper guidelines and instruction of the event and how to behave, so and so on. The backstage will handle the event requirement of the on stage and off stage requirements, as well as the discipline things, etc. So as soon as all the formalities has been done, the post registration talks about your post queries, if there is any problem with the event schedule or etc. If there's any queries, it will be updated if any changes are happening by the front people or front end people. The final list will be prepared by the backend team and the registration will be closed and the things will move on to the final stage, to the event happening. So these are the chain of actions from your pre-stage to your post-stage, where the customer actions will happen in few stages where they'll have a direct contact with the front office, or it can work with the back-end people working there, or it can directly happen with the help of your technology where people started to recognize there's an event happening there or not. So this is the exact flow chart of a service blueprint for an event or a music band happening. Similarly, we'll think on a blueprint process for a loan from a bank or loan approval from a bank. So same way, your customer actions talks about visiting website, visit branches, discussing loans, apply for loans, and sign for loans. So the process will happen like the customer visiting websites or visiting bank website regarding loans, where the front team will, whenever the customer visits the website, will put up a welcome note, and then a online chart system, your support system will start to work on with an online chart after having a well look with your website and seeing the interest rates or the amount, etc. Then the customer will move into the branch, visiting the branch, talking to the front office team there, providing information and inquiring about what kind of loans which he can acquire, and based on his PAN or based on his credit reliability. All those details will be processed in the backend stage, and as per his requirements, he can apply for his loan. Inputs of the customer will be inputted into the system, and the credit rate or credit rates will be acquired, and based on its credit rates, loan will be approved or not. So as soon as it's in the stage of approval, the customer will be reported for providing signatures, and the customer will sign in that papers, and as soon as it's been signed, the customer will receive the fund through the bank account. So here the evidences we are mentioned there are your website, the company's your bank's website there, the exact branch where the customer avails a loan, the loan office, the loan officer's desk there, the system and approval notification, signature request notification, and the fund which has been transferred notification. These are few evidences which can be collected as a sign of your service blueprint. So these are the few evidences which can be collected in that customer journey map, where the customer starting from the point of visiting a website for a loan approval, till he avails a loan from that exact bank. Another example, this is a service blueprint of a overnight hotel stay. So here your physical evidences can be like your exterior parking or the registration counter, papers, a lobby there, or rooms to be specific, or room amenities which are extra amenities which is being provided to the customer, or the food or the restaurant bar kind bar facilities, etc. So mostly customer arrives at a hotel, gives the bag to the bell person there, enters into the front desk or the reception play area or the lobby area where he has been greeted by the reception people or the front end people there. Then the process of registration starts with a check-in, and then the customer moves to the room. So after moving to the room, the bell person delivers the bag to the room, and then the customer enters the room. He has a good nap. Next day morning, he might or may call the room service, order food, so that order food will go to the back-end services where the food will be prepared, and then it will be delivered again to the front stage where the front people or the household people will bring the food to the exact ordered place or the exact room where from where the order was given, and then the customer will receive the food, have, and then check out and leave the room, where he'll again come back to the lobby for checkout processes, and after settling the bill he moves out. So this is the exact process for a 12-day stay in a hotel. So we saw the four components of service blueprint where it talks about your customer actions, your front desk, your back end services, and the support staff, putting all together and creating a service blueprint with the following steps. So step one is to identify the process of how we're going to design your blueprint. So who are your target audience? Identifying your customer or customer segment, who are your target audience, and based on those customers, you're going to create your service blueprint. And third is about your mapping the process from the customer point of view. So to be more precise, I'll go with an example of the same restaurant. So a restaurant here, the service provider or the owner thinks about providing the different kinds of food or multi cuisines which is available in his store. So he identifies that he can go with the Chinese or Chettinadu kind of menu. So based on that, he creates a design, a plan with the menu, and then he identifies the target sector. Who are the target audience for Chinese food? Who are the target audience for Chettinadu or other related foods? Next, he moves on. He thinks on what in that exact segment of customers, what are their likings and dislikings? What kind of food can be a customer's most desired one? And then contacting the employee's action on stage and the backstage. As soon as the order which is being given, it be sent to the backstage where all the process will happen. The food preparation there, and food preparation will take place in the next, the fourth stage, and then bringing back the food to the customer. Your step 5 talks about customer and contact person activity needed to support functions, thereby linking with the customer with the help of technology. Example can be like your American fast foods like your McD or KFC, where everything is little bit automated, where token number, or bill number which will be generated, and the front person who's been working doesn't go there and shout saying that so and so's order is this one. Everything is automated where that bill will be processed to the back end and they'll receive the code, and based on that order they will produce the goods. The last one is about creating evidences for the service which is being rendered by the service provider to the customer. So here in a restaurant, the food is the evidence, or the ambience which has been provided, or the hospitality, or the service which has been the services which has been rendered by the waiter there. So these are few things adding to your service blueprint, where it is a design or a plan where how to exactly provide the needed service to the customer by the service provider. So moving ahead, applications for your service blueprints, where and all. So your service blueprint doesn't talks about the process which has been followed with the current existing plan. It can be used for new service developments, a concept development, a new kind of cuisine which can be innovated or which can be implemented into an existing restaurant, a testing trials which can happen with the help of service blueprint, whether customers are accepting the new service which is being rendered by the service provider or not. It also zero defects the culture or zero defects the service which is being provided. It enhances the reliabilityness and ensures accountability by the service provider to the customers. It also identifies empowerment issues like uh, the dominancy, or it cut down dominancy. Say example like in your call center, your customer call center, where related to your telecom, people will treat you politely at all times, or at all cases, where few of the customer might treat you in a harsh way, but the executives will maintain the dignity or the politeness to ensure that the exact service which is needed, which is be will be properly delivered to the customer. And then service recovery stages talks about any problems in identifying the exact service needed by the customer, or conducting a root case study, what is the exact problem why the business is not working properly, or to modify the process which is happening. So your blueprints can be used by service marketers in order to create a realistic customer expectations, or create a new system design, or it also can create a promotional activities for, so that customers are attracted to the service which is being rendered, which is being served right now in the market. It acts for blueprints acts for your human resources activities, where human sources, the human assets can be valued, or it can be increased. The selection criteria will come on, the best people, the right people will be selected for the right jobs. And it can be used for your appraisal systems, your performance appraisal system, where your employees will be rated based on their performance, based on how they deliver the services to the customers. Whereas your production management talks about the services, the exact service promised by the service provider to the customer, whether it's a successful one or it's a failure one. If it's a failure one, why failure happened, or what are the failing points. If failure, then how to train your employees, or how to put up a successful model, or how to check whether to zero down your defects, or how to increase your quality. These are few answers or questions which will be raised and answered with the help of your service blueprint. So moving ahead for the last topic of the day, so we are going to talk about the involvement of technology with the service activities, where how does a technology impact the service sector as well as the service activities involved in the business. So based on that, in the service sector, it has been divided or classified as three: the hard technology, soft technology, and hybrid technology. Your hard technology talks about the machineries and the engineering devices which substitutes the human efforts or the human work. For example, an ATM machine is an example for your hard technology where a customer need not go to a particular bank, wait in a long queue, uh, write down in a withdrawal challan, submit to the cashier, and then after a process, the cash will be withdrawn by the customer. That process has been simplified into a small way called an ATM machine. Similarly, few more examples can be like your automated car washes, your 3M car cash, your airport X-ray equipments, and so on. The second one is about your soft technology, where it talks about the pre-planned systems, which is a substitute for your human efforts. A pre-planned systems is like which has been softwares which has been used in fast food restaurants like McD, Pizza Hut, KFC, or in any other restaurants. Say like your that billing process where the customer need not daily or for every order need not type the exact amount of bill which is happening. Everything is fed back to the system where say like in a fast food McD, burgers will have numbers from 1 to 10, fried chicken will have 11 to 20, and other desserts will have 21 to 40 and so on. Or example in your supermarkets where every inventory will be fed there. As soon as the stock which is being cleared by the customers, the inventory stock in the supermarket will decline for all the purchase which has been happening. So it reduces the human efforts there. ஸோ கடையில் போயிட்டு ஒரு எம்ப்ளாயாக உட்காந்து இன்னைக்கு ஒரு 10 சர்ஃப் எக்ஸல் இருக்கு, இன்னைக்கு 8 காலி ஆயிடுச்சு, 2 தான் இருக்குன்னு பார்க்கறத விட the inventory level management or the pre-planned software which is being used will automatically project saying that the stock level is low right now and you have to purchase. Moving on, the last is the hybrid technology where it is a mixture of both hardware as well as the soft technology which is being used. So the best example for your hybrid technology talks about the artificial intelligence and robotics, where science plays an important role, where it tries to reduce the human effort to the minimum cost. Whereas artificial intelligence can be any websites or any other things. So these are your three types of technology which applies to your service activities. So what kind of role these technologies play can be easily accessed by any services which is being rendered by the service provider. Any service provider can act on the hard technology part or soft technology or combine both. It is a new way to deliver your service. It so that it minimizes the cost there which takes place and it increases the profit level of your service provider. Using of technology will create a close link with the customers. Example, your artificial intelligence talks about an example your ticketnew.com or bookmyshow.com where a customer need not go to the exact theater, book a ticket for a movie which is going to be released 3 days later. So there is something called as online booking where the customer sits at home or at his convenient place, he books the ticket with the help of internet access. There is a global reach of services. Now, as your service which is required not only there for your local people. Globally, your services can be delivered where there is a minimum level of technology being used there, and there is a high level of service which is can be rendered by the service provider to the customer. So in short, your service blueprint talks about a plan or the style of process which is being used by the service provider in order to deliver the service to its customers. I'm sorry. So service blueprint has four components: your customer actions, your front stage, your backstage, and the support system which is being used. Later on, we saw with the technology part of what kind of technology being used for your service activities, and we had a lot of examples, and I'm attaching a service blueprint on on a I'm attaching a blueprint on customer washing machine service provider. So just there is a link which is down below in your description. Have a look on, find out the customer actions there, the front stage there, the service pro backstage there, and the support system being used, and find out the exact process of how there is a problem with the washing machine and how it can be rectified. So check out the exact service process there. And right with this, I'll stop for today's session. Thanks for listening.